Never ask an adult male for advice. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and one of my all-time favorite books is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, because it contains this transformational insight into the word advice. Essentially, the word advice has a magical effect on adult men, but you have to be careful how you use it. You see, when you tell a man, "I want your advice," two things happen in his brain. First, the man you said it to, well, he feels honored. It is a big deal to him that somebody is seeking his advice. And the second thing is that he assumes you are going to follow his advice. And more importantly, if you don't, he's going to feel offended. Now, these two factors can create a tricky situation because on one hand, you really want to get access to expert advice. But on the other hand, you don't want to get locked down by it. Oh, and you certainly don't want to come across as disrespectful to the people that you're asking for help. It's a mess, but there is a way out of this conundrum where you get the information that you're looking for, the other person gets the respect that they deserve, and you haven't created an obligation that you're going to follow the advice you receive. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to change what you're asking for. You don't ask for advice, you ask for insight. But this is more than just changing a word. When you ask them for their insights, you also tell them that you have a difficult decision to make, and so you're talking to a lot of different people with different perspectives to get all of their insights so you can be best informed. This lets them know right up front that you're engaging them on something that is important to you, but that you might be combining the insights you get from different people. And then, once they've shared their insights, focus on at least one of the things that they've said to you that is very valuable. You say something like, "Wow, nobody has brought up this issue. I'm really glad I talked to you." That is, make it clear that your respect and appreciation is for their input and that their input has already started to shape the final product. Ultimately, what this does is it redefines their role in your decision-making process. You see, when you ask someone for advice, it's an either-or situation. You're either going to take their advice or you're not. And effectively, what you're doing is you're making them responsible for making the decision for you. But using the approach that I just laid out, you are making the decision, and they are helping to shape it. That means that if you make a decision that doesn't work out so well, maybe one that later seems like a terrible decision, and they come back to you and say, "I told you so," well, then you can honestly say to them, "I know, and I'm really glad I talked to you because otherwise it would have even been worse." Anyways, there are just tons and tons of ways that you can flip normal interactions around so that they go from being kind of counterproductive to being success stories. All you really have to do is change a couple of words and reframe the discussion. If you want to see an example of how you can defuse a tense one-on-one confrontation, watch this video.